I am at the River Dare in Aberdare, South Wales, documenting Brunel's two viaducts on this branch line that branch south-east from Gamlyn Viaduct Junction. This was a double-tracked Barlow rails without sleepers broad gauge branch that headed southeast into the Pinywaun Valley, destined for Aberdare and Colliery and the Gamlyn district, upon which in 1854 to 1857 Brunel built two notable fan viaducts. You'll see here three piers, and on top of the pier here they had fans of wood supporting their track, because the branch lines in Cornwall, Gloucestershire and in South Wales initially couldn't afford to have all masonry viaducts. So Brunel knew that his viaduct would last for 30 years, but in the interim, if any planks needed replacing, it could be done within an hour with never any disruption to traffic. To span this river, which is 1 kilometre west of Aberdare in a park, this viaduct comprised 11 spans, and it was 137 metres long and again 23 metres high, like the Gamlyn Viaduct 2.5 kilometres to the north. And this is at the River Dare. Now in June, one late June, I think it was 1857, there were thermal problems on this viaduct, and Brunel wrote a report to the directors. He said the traffic upon the Dare branch was interrupted for a short time by a singular effect of the rails upon the Dare Viaduct from the excessive heat at the end of June, the line being here upon a sharp curve. The expansion of the rails forced the viaduct sideways a few inches and disturbed the line so as to render it impossible. The rails and the viaduct were soon restored to their correct position, and any reoccurrence of the same thing, however improbable, guarded against upon this and other viaducts under similar circumstances by the introduction of expanding joints on the rails. Now, this branch line was closed in 1939 when there was less demand for the minerals such as iron ore and coal. And this viaduct was dismantled in 1947, and there's a YouTube viaduct showing a crane decommissioning this viaduct. Now, apart from the approach embankment of an abutment on the south side, we're still blessed with the remains of the sandstone masonry abutments and piers which survive at both viaducts. Now, these viaducts were the last complete examples of Brunel's famous timber fan viaducts in existence. And on YouTube you can see a photograph of a train crossing this viaduct with the houses either side of it. It was a bit difficult to find this. I had to do a lot of walking through the country park, and once again a lot of local people have never heard of it, but it's a great addition to the Brunel picture library, because it's quite opposite to, say, the Hanwell Viaduct west of London, which was the biggest brick-built structure on the Great Western Railway. And here you've got the meagre remains of Brunel's fantastic engineering structures, which unfortunately this one's not been given an information plaque. They'll give you information plaque about the birds and the wildlife, but you don't often get enough information about our history. So hopefully this video will help correct that. And across the path over the ridge there is the abutment.